Following Fiorentina's 2-0 win over Roma on Saturday, the team walked over to the traveling support at the Stadio Olimpico and saluted the banner they held aloft. The supporters' banner featured an image of their late former captain Davide Astori, who passed away in his sleep on March 4 after being struck by a sudden illness. Hundreds of Fiorentina supporters then waited for their victorious team back in Florence as they chanted Astori's name, toasting their first win at Rome for 6 years. Fiorentina have now won 6 consecutive Serie A matches, 5 since the death of Astori, for the first time in 58 years, but each victory has been as much mourned as celebrated. It represents a remarkable upturn in form from La Viola, who had won just 2 of their previous 9 matches before Astori's death. The squad have rallied together and united in the most testing of circumstances. After the tragedy, our team pulled together, manager Stefano Pioli said after the Roma win. These lads have shown an uncommon strength in the way they have carried forward the work David left us. We have stayed united through the difficulty we have faced, Giovanni Simeone, who scored for the 3rd consecutive match, added. And this is something that gives you strength. After every training session, for example, nobody wants to go home because staying is the only way not to think about what happened. One of the key figures in Fiorentina's recent resurgence has been attacking midfielder Riccardo Saponara, who set up both goals against Roma. The 26-year-old was labelled a flop soon after arriving in Florence from Empoli in the summer transfer window, but has since emerged as one of Serie A's most impressive creative midfielders. Saponara was close with Astori and was deeply affected by his captain's death. He posted heartfelt tribute which detailed the events of the morning when the squad learned of his passing. Immediately after Astori's death, on the eve of Fiorentina's match against Udinese, all Serie A fixtures that Sunday were postponed out of respect. Fiorentina's first game back was against bottom of the table Benevento and saw emotional tributes from supporters and players that reduced Pioli to tears. That game was halted in the 13th minute to remember Astori, who wore number 13 for Fiorentina, as a tifo of David 13 emblazoned the top tier of Stadio Artemio Franchi, and the stands erupted into a deafening round of applause in his honor. It's a reflection of the considerable impact former Italy international Astori had on his teammates and the city since arriving from Cagliari, initially on loan, in 2015. The 6-game winning run has lifted Fiorentina to 7th in the Serie A table and on course for a Europa League spot, given that Coppa Italia finalists Juventus and AC Milan are 1st and 6th respectively. It does little to ease the sadness of Astori's death, but by continuing to win, at least Fiorentina are doing their best to honor the memory of their late skipper.